Okay, this is the video for you if you are sick and tired of not meeting your soulmate. I want you to take my advice. I did something last night. In a moment, you're gonna see a whole vlog of what happened in Waikiki in Hawaii when I took myself out on a date. But this wasn't just any date. This was a date where we are looking to be findable. We're not desperate, we're not chasing, we're not the hunter. We are literally just putting ourselves in spaces to be found by our soulmate, okay? So be inspired by this video, and here we go. I heard this from a couple dating coaches where if you are wanting to meet the love of your life, if you're wanting to meet someone who is a beautiful partner for you, then first do your own inner work and then go out and be findable. Now, I'm typically in bed by around 8 p.m. every single night, and that's not gonna help me find a soulmate. So I am down in Waikiki. I wanna show you exactly where I am. I'm sitting on this bench. So beautiful. Look at this. I am open to anything this evening. I'm coming from an energy of I'm in my body, I'm out of my head, and I'm not chasing, I'm not striving, I'm not here to try to make anything happen. I'm here to enjoy the environment. I'm here to enjoy the sights, to enjoy the sounds. I'm gonna take myself out for dinner. I have my book with me. I'm reading Amanda Francis's book right now. It's the book called Holy Fuck. God really wants you to have it all, and I am feeling so inspired by this book. So I want to take you along on me putting myself out there to be findable date for myself. And this actually feels really vulnerable. I actually feel like this is stepping out of my comfort zone. So I'm gonna go for a walk down the strip, and I'm gonna really just like feel into where I want to take myself out to dinner. I don't want to be too strategic about this, but I also think that it's smart to be thinking about like, what would my future soulmate be doing right now? Like, what type of person is he? He's successful, he's growth oriented, he is someone who loves people, he loves to eat good food, he's probably very successful in some kind of a business, so he's probably staying in like a nice hotel, he's got money, maybe he's treating himself to a really good steak dinner. These are the things I'm thinking of like, okay, where would these men be that would be the type of men that I would want to be found by? Not at an AA meeting. Like, I used to just meet a bunch of people who were literally just out of sobriety, and I'm not knocking any of these guys. I commend anybody, any man or woman who is doing the work, who's getting sober. I myself have had the journey of getting sober, but I want to meet someone who is financially stable, who's emotionally stable. This is date number 1 of Mandy being findable. I am stunned right now because somebody just walked by and they go, that girl looks like Cameron Diaz. That's miracle number 1. I cannot believe what just happened. I like cannot believe this. I was just walking down Waikiki and this man comes right up alongside of me and he goes, hi. And I looked at him and I said, hi. And then he just kept walking with me and he goes, can I just tell you that you're absolutely beautiful? And I was like, thank you. And then he's like, yeah, you're gorgeous. What's your name? Are you visiting? And then we walked for a while and I'm like, I can't believe this just happened. This is working. This is working. All right, now I'm gonna take myself out to eat. I think in this area right here. We're either going to go to a place where I used to sing, or we're gonna go to a fish place. I'm not quite sure where we're gonna go. in the restaurant, seated by ourselves. I love this. I have the best view. I'm just looking out over the street. And this is actually where I used to sing. I used to sing right there. Like 2.5 years ago, I actually was the one that was singing here. So it's a really neat experience to come here and just sit and dine. I'm having a bit of a spiritual experience right now. I'm welling up with tears. Okay, I'm gonna cry. Like, there's just something about being out and taking yourself out to a nice dinner. And I was just looking at the menu, and normally I would always look at the menu and I would think, well, I really want that, but it's too expensive, so I'm gonna get that. And instead tonight, I am letting myself have whatever I want to have, because this is a night for me to take myself out on a date and celebrate myself. And I don't know, it just making me feel alive. I'm gonna do this at least once a week. Mojito, virgin mojito. This is a vibe. This is a vibe, and I am staying in this vibe until the day I die. I'm not even. This is amazing. All right, I'm gonna enjoy my opaka right now. Wow, that was so beautiful. Take yourself out on a date. Become findable. So right now, I'm in the Moana Surf Rider Hotel. It is beautiful here. Look at this. Turn it around so you can see a chandelier. What I noticed was when I first walked in here, I had to be very mindful to say, I belong here. I belong here. Because there was like this part of me that was like, I don't match the vibe in here. This is expensive. This is for rich people. And my identity is that I'm not a rich person. But the interesting thing is you don't just put yourself into new environments. Like putting yourself into a higher vibe environment is going to change your vibe. You change your internal vibe at the same time. So telling myself, reminding myself, breathing into, you are a match for this place. You're a match for it. Like, why wouldn't you be? You're a child of the Most High God. God grafted you into a royal family. So where would a royal family be? A royal family would be in a place like this. And you know what's crazy is right before, okay, so I just got done dinner, and then I wanted to go for a little stroll down the Waikiki strip, and this gentleman wanted to hand me a brochure, and I was like, I'm a local, I don't need like a brochure to go on any kind of a tour. And he was like, oh, you're a local. He's like, can I take you on a date? And I looked at him and I was like, I don't know, I got approached 2 times tonight, and I'm just not like, I guess, used to it. So I was like, what do I say? And I was like, no thanks. And then I turned around and I pressed the button, right, so you can go cross the crosswalk. And I could hear him from behind me, and he goes, are you sure you don't want to change your mind? And I really liked the fact that he did that, and the way that he did it. It was very masculine, it was very confident. And so I turned around and I was like, you know, I did change my mind. And so I gave him my number, and we had like a little conversation. And it was just, this is my first night doing this. I've been thinking about this for a long time. to, first I did a lot of inner work on myself, and now I am putting myself in places where I can be findable. I'm not chasing, I'm not coming from that energy of I have to find him. I am not strategically placing myself all stressed out, like where is he? No, I'm like, I am simply going out about in the world rather than being in bed by 8 p.m. because that's what I do every night. I'm coming out of my comfort zone, and I am putting myself in swanky hotels so I can feel into the vibe. This is my new identity. This experiment is going so well. I am literally flabbergasted right now. You can't make this shit up. I'm in the Moana Surfrider. How many times do I come here? Never. I never come here. Why would I come here? I live in Hawaii. I don't come to a hotel. But I decided to come in here, and then all of a sudden I look, and there's a girlfriend that was in my Bible study, and I haven't seen her in months. And I was like, what are you doing here? She's like, what are you doing here? And she goes, I just got engaged. Now, she's not a super close girlfriend of mine. We were in a Bible study together. This is why I didn't know that she was engaged. But she just got engaged. So her family flew here so that she could celebrate the fact that she just got engaged. And I just feel like that's not a coincidence. This is not a coincidence. What? Like, perfect timing. I am exactly in the right space. Follow your freaking heart. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Whoa. This night has blown my mind. And I struggled today. Today was a struggle. I was having a hard day, I would just say. But can we just appreciate this staircase and this chandelier? OMG. OMG. I cannot recommend, if you're a single woman, if you're wanting to find your soulmate, I cannot recommend enough to take yourself out on what I am calling a be found date. You're not trying to meet a man. You're not like doing any heavy lifting. You're not over functioning. We're not stressed out. We're not looking for him. We're not doing that at all. We're literally just going into environments that we love, that bring us pleasure and joy, that are high vibe, that help us to feel into this identity of a well-supported, well-loved woman. And then you are just there to be found. And it might end up where you run into your soulmate, or it might end up where, like for me tonight, I got asked out 2 times, and then I ran into this girl that I have not seen in months, and she literally just got engaged. I do not think that that is a coincidence at all, that on this date where I'm just like, God, I'm doing this in faith. This took a lot of faith for me to do. This was actually difficult for me to do. I felt vulnerable. I felt like a fraud. I felt stupid. There was just like a lot of stuff that I had to process before coming out to this date. I'm so glad that I did, because normally I'm in bed right now. It's 8:30. I go to bed every night at 8, sometimes at 7. And I'm like, you know what? If you want something different in your life, then you have to do something different. If I think that he's just going to show up on my doorstep, then that might not happen. It could happen, but I need to put myself in environments, and I just always want to make sure that I'm not coming from a place of that kind of energy where I can so find myself getting into, right? Because that was more my set point of like the person who overfunctioned, the woman who was the chaser. And I have learned the past 2.5, 3 years how to literally not be, wow, that is a really bright light in the back, but hi, you can see my face better, I guess. I've learned how to not be the chaser and how to just develop that groundedness in your nervous system, and that feeling of that sense of a feeling of abiding peace and safety, knowing that you are a child of God, coming back to your identity as that, and then taking actions from that place. And so I took actions today. One of the actions, right, was to go out and about and to go take myself out to a really nice dinner. Normally in the past, I would have like looked at the menu and I would have been like, you got to buy the cheapest thing on the menu. I was like, no, what do you want to eat? This isn't like, that's all you can afford. It is, what are you craving to eat? Because when money moves. When you move money in the vibration of love and gratitude, knowing and trusting always that God supports you at all times, when you're in that vibration of like rooted in your identity as a child of God, when you move money, money moves. More money will come. Money won't run out. Money will always be there. Always, always, always. And so I took myself out to a nice dinner, or got myself a virgin cocktail, and I read my book that I'm obsessed with right now. I cannot believe, no, I can believe how this night went. It was the way I felt in my nervous system. Like, I cried multiple times today out of sheer gratitude and overwhelm of just like, I know where I've been. I know how much of a struggle it has been. I know what it has taken for me to get to this place right here. And I do not take it for granted. It is a motherfucking miracle. And I wasn't exactly sure where I wanted to take myself out to eat tonight. I actually just wanted to go for a walk down the Waikiki strip and feel into, where do I want to go? And as I was walking down the strip, I was like, I am well resourced. I am well loved. Like, I was literally feeling all of this. I was walking slowly and just taking in the moment and being present, not in my head, in my body, in the moment. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to that restaurant that I used to sing at. And it was such a full circle moment for me to be sitting in a restaurant where I used to perform with this band. And I love the woman that I was. This was like 3 years ago. I love her. I have so much compassion for her. She was on a journey and she was doing the best that she could. But that woman that I was 3 years ago, she did not know her worth. She was getting there. She was starting to understand, but she just did not know how good it could get. She just did not know how to sit in the identity of the fact that she is a child of the Most High God, grafted into a royal family, loved beyond measure. There is no fear in love. Perfect love casts out all fear. Perfect love casts out all anxiety. Perfect love casts out all guilt, all pressure, all codependency. Perfect love. And that's what I felt tonight. I felt like I was basking in the perfect love of God for me. And it was just palpable. It was nuts. I still can't believe it. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm gonna make this a weekly thing, unless I meet my husband tomorrow, or unless I met him tonight. I don't know. This guy named Chase asked me out, and I gave him my number. But I'm gonna do this weekly, maybe bi-weekly. I'm taking myself out on a trip to Maui, because why not? And here's the thing, it makes no logical sense, because I lost my stable income. I lost my stable job a couple of months ago. I haven't even looked for jobs. I haven't looked for a job because it doesn't feel right in my nervous system to go look for some kind of a job. Like, why do I want to go get a 9-to-5 job, or not even a 9-to-5, or like a part-time job, when that's not the thing I want to do with my day? I don't want to get up and go to a job. I don't, even if it's like a good job. I don't want to. I want to have my own thing. And so I am trusting in faith. I am believing. I'm like, who is that woman that is coaching, creating, making 6 figures? What would she do today? Would she go get a job? Fuck no. She would not go get a job. She would not go get a job. So why go get a job? Well, because you have to pay your bills, Mandy. God made it so that I'm living in a really, really beautiful place, right almost on the beach, and I'm hardly paying any money for it. Who did that for me? Who did that? Did I do that? The only thing that I did was to trust and to have faith that God would actually want me to live in a place that I love. That was my only job. And then he dropped this place in my lap at the most divine timing. Not on my timing. Hell no, not on my timing. I am gonna do this every single week, and I will, to the best of my ability, record some kind of a vlog and show you what is happening in real time. You will see me make 6 figures, and you will see me find my soulmate. I am here to help you to create a life that you are fucking obsessed with. You can find me in all of the links below, my website. You can fill out an application if you want to work with me, and I would be honored to work with you. And stay tuned because I have so many things brewing. All right, bye.